Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. As you can see there, we are live. My name is Sean Miller, Hipster Viz Ninja, and this is Data to Dashboard, and we're going to be doing Back to Viz Basics this week, which is going to be a really fun challenge, so thank you so much for tuning in and watching. So let's take a look at what we're going to be dealing with today. We're going to be dealing with symbol maps. And we are going to be looking at the 50 wonders of the world, which is pretty cool. So we're going to build a symbol map in Tableau, and we've got some pretty cool data about it. Looks like it comes from Wikipedia, and which will be really fun. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. What do you say? So let's download this data, and let's jump into Tableau here, create a text file here, and open up our data source. Excellent. Let's go ahead and create an extract so we don't forget about it later when we're trying to publish. Actually, first I think I'm going to change this to a number. Nope, can't do that. All right. So maybe I'll be all right. We'll see. Actually, I do think I want to do something different. So let's, we're going to close this data source. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to jump into Tableau prep. And we're going to prep this data just a bit. So let's pull open Tableau prep and let's do some data here. So what I would like to do is let's go look at the data while we wait for this. So we have AD, we have the year it was built. So we have 2560 BC, 280, right? AD, BC, we don't know, right? There's some unknowns in here. So let's go, we're going to go create a continuous measure for this data so that we can kind of have like a timeline of when these things were built. So it should be pretty easy to do, especially with Tableau prep, because Tableau prep makes our lives a lot easier. So that's what we'll do. But so I'm thinking, like, as we wait for Tableau prep to open, what I'm thinking about for this dashboard is we'll create a map, right? We'll have a world map, and we'll have a symbol. So we'll have a dot, or a mark, I should say. Won't be a circle. We will have a mark on every latitude, longitude point in the data source. And what we will be doing is allowing users to see where those locations are, right? And see what they are. So you can see here we have, like, this is and then there's a bunch of different, okay. So it looks like there's like ancient, medieval, civil, so things that were built by people, but more recently, I guess. So, all right. So that'll be interesting. So we'll get to that when we get to it, right? Okay, so let's open up, let's connect to data. Let's go CSV. Grab the wonders of the world. And there we go. Excellent. Okay. Yep, that looks good. All that looks great. Let's go view data. I'm going to duplicate this field here. And I'm going to clean them by removing letters. And I'm going to clean that by trimming spaces. And then finally, I'm going to switch to a number. All right, there we go. So let's go back to detail view. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so now they're all integers. However, I need to make them negative and 0, right? And you can see here it changes from, over here it changes from AB or AD to BC, right? To BCE or BC. Come on, there we go. So what we need to do, so we know that 0 is the determinant, is the year, right? That's when things change from AD to BCE. So what we'll do here is we will now create a calculated field. And it will be, we'll call this year int, and it'll be if contains year built AD then that, else -1 times year built 1, and let's see what we get. Let's apply that. Okay. So we should have, if I go back to detail, so 2600 was built in 2600 BC, right? Pyramid of Giza, Great Pyramids of Giza. Okay, we have two interesting. Okay, so let's do as you can see here, like we have 7 wonders, 7 wonders, 7 wonders, and then we have the new 7 wonders, which is 8. What? So it's yeah, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yeah, sure enough, there's 8. So that's interesting. So let's duplicate this file. Let's duplicate this field. And we'll call this, we'll group these values. We'll call them original 7. Group these values to original, or these are new set, the new 8. Are these the same? 7 wonders of the industrial world. Okay. Interesting. US Today, new. Okay. Well, that's just 7 ancient wonders of the world, 7 civil wonders of the world, 7 medieval wonders of the world. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so let's remove this. But so this will actually be I'm going to rename this file to list type. Right? There we go. Okay. So it would have been 49 records, but the new 7 Wonders Foundation decided to put in an 8th. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's do... Yep, latitude, longitude. Let's see. Yeah, there's a bunch of... I could clean... I feel like I could spend some time cleaning this up, but I feel like we'll be alright. I don't think I'm necessarily going to need that. So let's output this. And I'll just do it as a... yeah, this is 7 Wonders. It didn't take long. Shouldn't have. Alright, so now let's go into Tableau and let's connect to data. And let's connect to the 7 Wonders. Let's go ahead and do a let's do a make point. So let's create a calculated field. Make point of latitude, longitude. And this will allow us to use, potentially, do you take input? Is this, oh yeah, of course. I do take, I will answer questions if there are any. But you know, I'm building what I want to build. You're more than welcome to build along with me. But this is just showing you, this is just showing you my process of how I approach Tableau and how I make dashboards and how I think about data. But happy to have some happy to have a conversation and answer any Tableau specific questions you might have. That's a great question, Prasad. Okay, so I've got a point. This will allow us to use. This will allow us the ability to use map layers if we so choose. If we just did latitude and longitude points, we'd be creating a scatter plot. Again, to each his own. But map layers, I feel like, have a little bit more flexibility to be able to do that. So, now that we've got that, now we'll create our extract. And, yeah, we'll put it there. Need this file, and I will put this as a that's all right. Okay, so let's do, so here's all of the years, and I do think we are going to have a data source filter for no, let's just do the ancient 7 wonders of the world for now. And this will allow users, we're going to allow the user to be able to switch between the different lists. So there we go. And then I think what we'll do is we'll edit this axis to show, we'll have an automatic start, so it will start wherever the data starts. But the end will always be this year, which is 2024. And then maybe we'll have, what do we want to do? I'm thinking about. All right. Well, we'll see what happens here. But anyway, you can see the 7 ancient wonders of the world. You can see this is when they were built, so you get to see kind of a timeline. If we show this filter, and I need to customize to remove all and make this a single value list so that people only select one. If we do 7, right? We don't know when the 7 natural 7 natural wonders, right? Only relevant values. So we'll exclude where, well, we don't necessarily need to do that. There we go. No, because we do want that. So, yeah, the 7 natural wonders of the world. Obviously, they weren't built because they're natural. They're a natural occurring, right? This is like Grand Canyon or that kind of thing. So, it doesn't make sense for that. But here are some others, right? 7 wonders of the world. Only 3 marks. Is that right? Let's just see. List type and name. Oh, but we might not have data. Right. Yep. So we don't have data for that. We don't have data for this. Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, because some of these might be... Yeah. Some of these might be natural, right? So that makes sense. All right. So there's our list. So now what we can do is, let's go create a new sheet, and I'll just put point. I'll just double click on point, and there's our stuff. So maybe, what's this guy? Oh yeah, I need to put my name on detail, and I also need to make this all using this data source. There we go. There we go. And Mayan civilization, Samari, Old City Jerusalem. There we go. All right, so what do we want to do now? I'm trying to think if there's an easy way to Honolulu, United States, Mexico. Okay, I'm trying to think. So maybe what we'll do is we'll create by we'll have list type on color, so that, and then we'll show the filter again, don't show all, and make it a single value list. Oh wow. So let's bump up the size of these. Make them circles. There we go. And now when we go to civil, interesting. So let's bring the size down a little bit. Polar ice cap. No. Oh, the aurora at the poles. Interesting. Okay. And polarized gap here. Okay, interesting. So how are we going to do this? How do we want to build this out? Let's see. Okay, we have let's see, we could do here we go. Potentially, right? Let's do, I'm just thinking out loud here. Because we don't have a web page object in the using image roles. Yeah, so the image role is, so let's see, picture link, upload. Oh, okay, yeah. So good call. Image role URL. There we go. We have one broken. We have one broken link. Let's do entire view. There we go. And then when we show this filter, single value. Okay. So let's see. If I were to keep only and make this a polygon, and yeah, it's going to get really grainy. That's what I was afraid of. So we can use potentially. So what I was thinking of doing is, and then we could add. Okay, so let's do that. So let's try that out. Name, and then we'll actually remove the filter from sheet 4. Oh, not that. We'll just have everything. I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's see what that looks like. Sheet 4, 300 by 300. Let's see what 500 by 500 looks like. And let's just make sure we have all of that set to entire view. And yeah, so it does need to be on rows or columns. So let's see. Yeah, so the size of the picture is going to come in whole. We will get the full size, which doesn't really help us much, but that's okay. We can work with what we've got, right? So it looks like our sheet size is more like 100 by 100. Bigger than that. 200 by 200. There we go. Oh, that's broke, so we need to find a better image. What if we take, okay, how about this? How about if I create a parameter. This is the other way that I was thinking about doing it, is create a parameter. We'll call this picture length or picture link, and we'll do, it's a string field. We'll leave it blank for now, and we'll do that, and then we'll do a, let's create a dashboard. Let's put that on there, and then let's put a web page, insert picture link. Of course that's broke, but now if I add a dashboard action and select this and do change parameter, I can do, whenever I hover on a mark in the map, I will insert the picture link, which I need to add to my map. Click OK. So let's go here and let's do picture link as detail, but we don't want it in the tooltip. And we will remove our sheet name. Now we'll go back to our dashboard and we will add that. We'll finish out that dashboard action. So now it'll be the picture link. Keep the current value, that's fine. Hover, this is change picture. I wonder if it needs to be this. Oh, did I not? Edit URL, picture link. Okay. Let's show the parameter to make sure that it's okay. So I should have, okay, let's try it a different way. So, okay, all right, I think I know what first thing I need to do is I set up a parameter action to change this in there. Now I need to do a URL action. Go to URL in the web page object, and it's going to be that. Oh, there we go. Oh, right, because that one's broke. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So there we go. And now we get some really nice high-res pictures. Ooh, I like this, guys. I like this. I like the way that this is going. Okay. Okay. Nice. All right. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And let's float this. So I wish that there was a way. just trying to size it so that I get, there we go, there's that. See, I guess we'll just have to deal with the black, right? Because I don't think I can change that. Yeah, I can't change that. That's just part of the deal. Okay, all right. Well, this is cool. I'm digging this so far. Let's see, what else can we do to make this dashboard pretty fun? And it's scalable, right? Kind of. I can do this, but then I can do that, right? Yeah, see, I don't want this to cover up anything. That's the other thing, right? I don't want it to cover up anything. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a horizontal container, put this in it along with another one. Leave it blank for now. This one, let's get rid of padding. This one is also get rid of padding. We'll keep it there. But this one we're going to take, and this one's we're going to fill in the Wikipedia link. So let's do that. And now let's go back to our dashboard and let's set up the same thing. So let's do actions, URL. Yep. And the URL is going to be, whenever I hover on it, it will be the yep, Wikipedia link. There we go. Click OK. Click OK. And there is our dashboard, right? So now you can read and see as you start to kind of, I like it. I like where we're headed here. Okay, so next thing we'll do, so let's hide the title here. Maybe we'll add a horizontal up here. I don't know, should we do it on select or should we do it on, let's see, that's gonna go here, and then we have the timeline is gonna go here. And then we'll do a, let's do a, let's bring this guy up. Let's bring this guy down. There we go. Actually, I think, yeah. What do we think about this? And then we can have this guy be kind of small. I don't know, maybe we don't need the link at all. Let's not do the link. Let's just have this. Let's just do this, right? So here's our map, and then here's the web page. And you can read the web page as you're looking at it, and then you can hover on something different. Whoop, yep, that's right. I need to take, whoop, yep, I need to take out that, whoop, nope. I need to take out that first URL action for the picture link. There we go. I like it, I like it, I like it. There we go. Yeah, Dennis. Hey, how are you? Yeah, and then maybe I don't know. We can get kind of fancy here if we wanted to, but let's do this, and then let's do an entire view. That makes it really big. So what if we do this as a single value drop down? That would allow us to make this guy smaller, but that's too small. There we go. How about something like that, maybe? And then let's go to this dashboard. Let's do I think this is kind of an interesting view to see when they were constructed, right? But let's go do something better than just the Gantt bars. Let's do maybe asterisks or shape. Maybe X's and make them black. And let's bump the size up so we can see them. And let's put the name in there. And we'll have the actual year built in there. Let's see, what else can we do with this to make it, well, let's get, this will be year built. And let's get real fancy here, right? Because we'll have to do a calculated field that says timeline title if list type equals 7 natural wonders of the world, then these are naturally occurring these are naturally occurring and therefore have no date associated. Else the plots, this shows the timeline of when structures were built. Hover on mark for additional details. So one thing about text, doing strings in Tableau, is that if you do a new line, if you do a carriage return inside your quotes, that will carry through in your field. I remember when I first learned of this trick, and I was blown away because what I used to do is I used to do like text line 1, and then figure out where I needed to cut it off at, and then text line 2, and then figure out where I needed to cut it off at, and then yeah, it was awful. And then I think I learned it from Andy Kriebel. One of many things I learned from him, as we all have. He was like, "Oh yeah, just put a carriage return inside your text, and it will automatically wrap." And I was like, "What?" So there's your little takeaway today. So I'll put that on detail, and then I'll edit the title to be that field. These are naturally occurring, and now if I go to a different one, it says, right? So maybe I need to go back in here and add a punctuation. There you go. But I think this is going to be too big, so let's do 10, make it dark and bold. There we go. Maybe that's too small. Anybody else struggle with text sizing in dashboards? That's probably the one thing that I struggle the most at. And then let's, yeah, so now we'll need to, oh, well, now if I show the title, yeah, that's what I thought would happen. So let's go here and let's do this. There we go. And I do think that's a little too dark. There we go. And now that I've bumped those up, I could probably go down here. No, not yet. But I could probably just do this. There we go. There we go. And then I could do a reference line on this to be a constant of 2024, and the value will be today. None. Make it dark. Make it black. Edit. Make it. There we go. So you can kind of see, you know, oh yeah, I don't want that in the I don't want that in the tooltip. I've already got it once, so let's do that. There we go. And I don't need the year int in there either. There we go. Hoover Dam, built in 1931 AD. And probably should have a highlight action going from sheet 1 to sheet 3 on the name. And let's have it on hover. Highlight on hover. Why am I getting why am I getting, oh. Oh, not there. Oh, Tableau, why did you, oh, you see what they did here? They flipped the order. Don't like that. Okay, now we're good. We should be. But now I need to go here and change this again to just be on name. There we go. on hover, sheets 1 and 3. Yeah. There we go. I like this. Right? There we go. Pretty cool. Wait a minute. First Transcendental Con. Okay, that's not the look. That's not the United States. First Transcontinental Railroad. Let's figure out the data here, right? 41,276. Is that what our data says? Let's go forward. Okay. And I'm gonna guess they got their data from cancel. No, let's go home. There we go. Where's there? There we go. Oh, Kaggle. Great. Let's see if anybody else has commented on it. Or I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. One question, are we showing years from BC? Yeah, so Prasada, what I did first is I went into Tableau Prep and I duplicated because I have year built. First thing that I did is I duplicated that field and then I cleaned it up to only have the numbers remain. And then what I did is I created this calculation where if year built contains where the year built text string contains AD, then it's just the integer of year built. Else -1 of whatever that integer is, because and then that way that sets our. So we're not using dates, we're just using numbers, and then we're just using 0 as the center point between negative and positive. So maybe that's probably a good point of what we should, that kind of reminds me of something we should do on the timeline here. But okay, so let's think about this here, but let me fix this. Transcontinental Railroad. Let's go find that one. There we go. And I'm thinking, let's do, what is this one? -119. I bet you that's what it is. I bet if I change this to -119, that'll show in the right place. Or -195. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's go back to Tableau Prep and let's edit the longitude value. Edit detail. Let's go back to First Continental that, and then we'll go all the way down here, and we'll edit this value to be negative. There we go. Run the output. Refresh our data source. Refresh the extract. There we go. Bingo. All right. That's why data validation is key. All right. I've only got a couple of minutes left, so I want to make sure that we get everything right here. Let's bump this out so we can see everything. Maybe give it a little bit more space. There we go. How do we get rid of that? It doesn't matter. It'll go away. All right. Hover on the mark for additional details, and then we need to add in a. Let's add in a title here. Hover on a mark on the map to read about. To read more on Wikipedia. Without leaving this dashboard. There we go. All right, so we've got that. Let's edit the title. Oh, yep. Edit the title to be Wunderlist. There we go. This timeline shows when things were built. So yeah, I do need to do this. That's a good point. I want to go to. I want to edit the. I want to edit the format of this to be a number. Negative values. None. But I want. So let's go custom. Let's remove the negative. Oh yeah, let's go back to number. Let's do no decimal places, right? Because it's whole numbers. Let's not show the thousand separator because that's not how we show years. And then we'll go back to custom and we'll do, so the positive numbers are AD. And the negative numbers with no negative sign is BCE. There we go. Or you can call it BC, I guess, since I guess that's what most of them do. 1800 AD, and then this shows what, and then this shows today. So. Yeah, there you go. I like this. I like this. This kind of coming together here. Let's format this. Let's format the number line. This is 0. Let's make it black to show that. Oh yeah. Here's an additional number formatting thing we could do. Format. Let's go back into our number format and let's add a semicolon. And then just add 0. So then 0 is just 0. Can you change the scale to logarithmic? You certainly could. I would not recommend it. Because if we change it to logarithmic, that is... One, you can't have negative numbers on a logarithmic scale. So anything in BCE would not be able to be shown. So let's not do that. If you do it, even if you do it symmetrically, they do show up. And because logarithmic scales are just like, you know, powers of 10 up to the number, and it's not evenly spaced out. As you can see here, like we'd have to go all the way up to, you know, I'd have to show to make it proper, I would have to do it at like, you know, what is that, 10,000 AD. So, again, could you? Yeah, you could, but I don't really necessarily see the value in it. So I'm just going to go back to the way that I had it. There we go. And I guess I don't need that anymore because I have my reference line to, yeah. There we go. All right, awesome. All right, let's do a little bit of cleanup here. Let's do... Let's do 20 pixels of padding. Explore the mini 7 wonders of the world. And we'll add 10. And now I'm just going to pad all this out so that everything looks nice. Go. And then maybe have like a trend. Oh, not a border. Shading of like, I guess that's all right. Yeah, they're maps here, so maybe we'll do it here. We'll do like format, paint, none. Don't like that necessarily. Format lines as white. There we go. there we go. I think we'll call that good. I think we'll call that. So then you can just, you can change it, hover on a mark, read about it, get to see when it was built in relation to other things and in relation to today. All right, and then you can read about the medieval 7 wonders. So, cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you tuning in. Give me a like, give me a follow, connect with me on social. Maybe add all option. So I thought about that, but I was, let's see, show the all. Just blows out the it blows out the map a little bit, and then what we could do is do like, if we did that, let's do because there's things that, well, yeah, that's all right. All right, so let's do map. Good call, Dennis. I like that. So let's drop the opacity a little bit. We'll add a little white border there, so it really kind of pops out that they're different. And yeah, that looks good. Let's get rid of the map options, because that can really screw up things for end users. And now we need to bring that down. There we go. All right. List. Yeah, probably so. So list type. That becomes all. And so I need to do timeline title. And so if the count distinct of list type equals 1, then if else let's see. So if the count distinct of list type equals 1, then if list type equals 7 entries of the world, then do that. That way, basically, if this is set to all, I guess we could just, instead of doing that, let's do this. There we go. So then to make that work, we gotta add this to context. So now, yep, there we go. Oh, my screen sharing. Oh, dang it. Yep, I went to the wrong screen. Sorry about that. Let me show you what I did. So I went to this sheet and I updated my timeline title to this calculation. like that. So if the overall list type filter, if the count distinct of the total number of list types is equal to 1, means I've selected something not all, then if list type equals the seven natural wonders of the world, then these are, yada yada yada. Else, so when I choose all, the overall count distinct of list type is not equal to 1, then return that same thing, right? Because otherwise what you saw before is when I selected all, it just said all up here, right? So this is a really great tip for doing dynamic titling when you don't want all to show in your titles. So I just did a table scope level of detail calculation, and then I had to add this filter into context, because dimension filters, blue filters, happen after level of detail calculations, fixed level of detail calculations. So I had to raise the dimension filter to be happening before the level of detail calculation. So, yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. Hopefully that answered the. Thank you, Dennis, for that suggestion. Thank you, Prasad, for telling me that things were not working, that I didn't have my screen share on. But with that, thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sean Miller, Hipster Viz Ninja. Like the sign says, we are all data people. Go forth and viz.